Ever notice that the more you give to certain people, the less they actually respect you? You fix their problems, you bend your schedule, and in return, you get treated like an appliance. You might tell yourself you're showing them love, but for the person receiving it, that's not what matters. They value the unrestricted access to your energy, not the person providing it. When you never push back, your kindness stops looking like a choice. You become a fixed variable in their day. They know you'll always say yes and never complain. Your reactions become entirely predictable. Niccolo Machiavelli observed that when a person becomes entirely easy to read, they lose the ability to protect themselves. He argued that survival depends on being a choice rather than a certainty. Once someone recognizes your pattern, that you prioritize their comfort over your own limits, they have a map directly to your weak spots. They don't need to hate you to use you. They only need to know you won't stop them. Goodness without boundaries doesn't build a shield of gratitude around you. It strips your armor away. Because those who can predict your behavior can easily control it. This creates the generosity trap. At first, your sacrifice earns applause. People call you loyal and reliable. But quickly, the rules of the relationship are quietly rewritten. Human psychology adapts to your output. A massive effort spike becomes the standard expectation. Deliver on this baseline 10 times, it registers as normal. But say no once, and you're treated like you broke a contract. This happens because people playing power games do not judge the purity of your heart. They judge your outward image and what you will tolerate. Avoiding conflict by apologizing first or staying quiet to keep the peace isn't noble. You're signaling to a manipulator that your boundaries can be ignored. Machiavelli wrote that the appearance of goodness can be faked and weaponized. In political strategy, being nice is often just a costume that others use to gain an advantage. Trying to seem nice out of a fear of being disliked simply gives users a socially acceptable tool to use against you. It turns your character into their asset. Consider the literal cost of your compliance. When you agree to a request that provides no value to you, you are trading a fixed segment of your life for someone else's comfort. You pay a specific invoice for every artificial peace you maintain. It costs your Sunday afternoon. It costs you your sleep and energy for your goals. This visual scale shows the heavy trade-offs occurring behind every concession. A small yes tossed out to avoid an awkward conversation often weighs as much as a lost night of sleep or a missed deadline at your own work. Watch what happens when you stop providing these gifts for free. When you close the bank, people won't thank you for the past loans. They will use guilt trips and cold silence to try and force the account back open. Human opportunism expands to fill the space it is given. If you treat your time as an unlimited resource, you guarantee that you will eventually be left completely empty. The only sustainable way forward is strategic goodness. Stop operating on mindless, emotional autopilot and start being intentional about who you help. Before you offer your energy, you run it through 3 filters. Does this align with my values? Is the cost to you acceptable? And is there mutual respect? That third filter is the most revealing. You can identify a user instantly by watching how they react to a no. If they attempt to punish or manipulate you, the relationship is a transaction, not a friendship. To ensure your help remains a choice, you have to put it in a container. You cap the favor up front. I can help for 10 minutes, or I can do this on Tuesday, not today. When the answer is no, use the clean no. Say, I can't do that. And then you stop. Do not offer an apologetic backstory. When you deploy these boundaries, the parasitic relationships in your life will fracture and fall away. This isn't a loss, it is a necessary clearing. Only the relationships built on genuine respect will survive. A world that would otherwise consume it.